So this brings us to our bright spots, a showcase of initiatives where leadership, collaboration, and local problem solving come together to create lasting impact for children and schools. What makes these bright spots powerful is their diversity across geographies, from district systems to youth movements, from community leadership to classroom design. These are not just inspirations, they are a glimpse into how collective action turns intent into impact, one school, one block, and one state at a time.
Our first bright spot looks at how school design can transform everyday experience inside classroom. From Vidhai, please welcome Regila Marinus, joined by Miss M. Suganya, Special District Revenue Officer, Tirunelveli, Tamil Nadu. They will share how co-creation, when embedded into daily routines, can help schools function as one system rather than many efforts.
One united claps, please.
Hello everyone. Am I audible? Great, thank you. Hope you had a tea break. I just need 7 minutes of yours, nothing more. So here, I think I'm going to imagine, a school with 3,000 students, okay? And in any given day, around 200 students are late to the school. Around 300 students are not even inside the school and without any notice, right? And you'd see that like any other school, students, disciplinary issues are there. There are conflicts. There are, even use of substance abuse. And learning outcomes for students who are learning, they are continuing to learn. And for students who are not learning, and they are staying there. So, especially for girls in these schools, we saw that many of the girls even didn't want to think about learning outcomes and what they really need to achieve, because they know that post 12th grade, they anyway need to get married. So why take an effort, right? And this was a challenge that we saw in the school. And this is not just an imagination, but a reality of many of our schools in India. And just by addressing these, by just seeing this school situation, we had to think of an important question. How do we solve all of these challenges in a school as soon as possible so that every child is learning inside the school? What would you do at this situation? How would you approach this situation? It's complex, right? As a school leader, to address all of these challenges, and you have, just your school timing to address this, definitely. And this was the situation that we took. We said that if we add more programs, it is just going to add more burden to the teachers and the school leaders. And already our system is exhausted. So instead of introducing new programs, why don't we change the way the school operates? Why don't we think differently? And that is how we introduced house system. House system focuses on dividing these 3,000 students into 4 different houses. And in these 4 different houses, they have only one accountability: to focus on 5 different indicators. They are accountable for these 5 different indicators. One is their attendance, their discipline, their participation in school activities, their student learning outcomes, and also cleanliness of the school. And these 5 indicators need to be focused by the student leaders of the house system to ensure that as a house, we are performing well in these 5 indicators. And that is how this school, with 3,000 students, they addressed all of their challenges. Definitely, all of these challenges was not solved overnight, but something deeply shifted here. And that was the ownership that each child took inside the school. We wanted that students feel valued. They feel that I can be heard, I have a voice, and I also have a role to play inside school and a sense of belongingness towards my school. And that is what happened in this school. And I actually happened to visit this school recently, and I saw that leaves were still continuing, but right now leaves are informed. Leaders are able to track where the students are. Leaders are able to see whether the students would come back. They are able to measure whether how many students, what level of absenteeism is going on. And I met one student here who was a student leader of one of the house. And she said to me that, you know what, for rest of the school, 35 marks is the pass mark. But for my house, 50 mark is the pass mark. And that made a really big difference for me. She said that for every school student, it is 8 a.m. is the entry time for school. But for my house students, it is 7:45 a.m. because I don't want any of my students to come late. And that's the level of ownership that we are talking about. And today, as I stand here, it is not about that one school that I'm talking, but 37,500 schools in Tamil Nadu are implementing house system today. And they are solving their own problems in different way, but using house system, right? And that level of shift from pilot to practice could happen only because of the alignment, the feasibility, and the value that the system found in this solution. And it would be a big thing for me to express my gratitude to all the district administration who made this possible, because we had to pilot this in few of the districts before it began to scale up to a state level intervention. So the district of Nagapattinam, Tirunelveli, Coimbatore, and Ramnad, we had house system first championed in these districts that went across all of the state. And I am very much proud to share the stage with the district revenue officer of Tirunelveli, who's here to share her perspective on how these shifts happen.
Vanakkam. Thank you, Regi. And a very warm good morning to one and all present here. Regi had explained about the house system and how we congregate students in a group and we do all such activities and cleared all our challenges. We had a program called Anbadum Mundril. Anbadum Mundril means love. Only love can change the student's attitude. As already mentioned, we only took a small perspective of change in approach with the students, and we didn't do any new technology, new initiatives, nothing like that. Only the way to attract the students and the way to teach the students only, we had shifted in that line. We identified some big problems in Tirunelveli. Basically, we had a dropout percentage of more than 25%, especially with the girl children. So what are all the problems which we found was the social stigma that the marriage of the girl children in a proper way is the pride of the family, especially in the deep, hardcore rural parts of Tamil Nadu, and which exists in many other states also, as I believe. So we address this problem that the early marriage is not only the pride of the family, but this marriage will lead to how a woman cannot lead her life in a proper way, like that we explained to the parents. We address this problem cautiously. And family responsibility is one more major issue which women are facing these days. If somebody, elder person is at the home and someone is ill, the girl child is made to take care of the elder person at home, so that her school education is getting dropped at the standard of 8th or 10th or after 12th. This is specific to the girl. And when we see for the boys and girls together, the thing is that the adolescent behavior, the adamant nature made these boys' children to change their attitude, and the family members immediately shift those boys to some other district where they will work and earn money for them. Next is the economic condition. They don't have a proper livelihood mechanism. So with that, they cannot pay the fees for the school or for the higher education. So these problems were addressed by the district administration along with the Vidhya with the NGO team and other CSR initiatives. And what we did is, we analyzed the dropout students list. Then we went to their family. There were many groups formed in the district by the district collector. Every doorstep were knocked, and we found out if it is because of the economic condition, we made them a private employment opportunity, or we gave them the business opportunities by giving loans or farm agricultural machineries to develop their economic activity. For the first semester, we paid the fees from the district administration and CSR initiatives. Up to 15 lakhs was paid for 217 students. But we ensured one thing: government and CSR alone cannot pay every semester fees every year for the students like this. So we ensured a proper livelihood for the family. From the next semester or for the next standard, the parents took care of the fees. We enabled the livelihood mechanism of the family, which made our initiative into a successful outcome. So from 75% of gross enrollment ratio, that is 25% dropout we had, by these initiatives and addressing each and every specific thing, we made our student enrollment to 95.8%. Hardly 4% left out is there, which is because of various health reasons and already married categories. And based on this data, what we did is, we studied the probable dropout for the next year. So next year also, we should not run at the back of dropout. We should identify the probability in this. So we found out who are all in a regular absentee mechanism like that, and we are analyzing from now onwards, addressing the family problems now itself, and we are doing this. Let me throw a question to everyone. What is the playing time in a school is called as? Playtime period. Which one? PT period, right? Everyone we used to say it as PT period. We found this is a wrong statement, and what we did is, this is physical education training period. This is an education. This is not playing. And we also ensured that none of our school teachers steal that PET period or take away that PET period. We ourselves have experienced that our maths and science teachers used to take our PET period, and we used to do all algebraic equations in that playing period, keeping in mind that I am playing cricket, I am playing football, like that. So we ensured that no one will take this physical education training period, which made the students to come one step forward to us. So this was very easy to approach the students. So this thing we did, and this is a real story. Everyone do not like sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. Do we like? Algebra is an allergy for us, right? Do we like to study our respiratory system? Some will like, but others don't like. And we know that many of the students are like that. We always speak about that, think about that, and say this is the problem, like that. So automatically the attention span for that student gets reduced. He becomes a nuisance to the family, village, everything. And his career is also gets dropped. He loses his identity, and all these things happens. So what we did is, we found out those students, and we started a training program in the early morning and the late evening, coached them very well in the physical education for uniformed services, channelized his all energy into the physical training system, and now a student who was longing for identity, who had identity crisis, gave an identity to the entire village and his family by joining into the Indian Army and Border Security Force. 13 students are in Indian Army service and 7 are in Border Security Force. This is a real transformation in life, because who was a nuisance and who was a dropout in the school is standing as a soldier and warrior to safeguard the nation. This is a very big transformation which we witnessed, and now we had extended this to all the remaining 8 blocks of the district. And for this good governance, our state government had recognized us, and we got the Honorable Chief Minister's Award for good governance and channelizing the students' energy into a positive thing, which made to reduce the crime rate, juvenile crime, and all these outcomes. We don't only speak about the problems, we identified the problem, kept a proper initiative with the traditional and the new technology mingled methods, and we saw the outcomes also literally. And this is how we analyze the students' problem. Every month we have a coffee with collector program, where school students are brought to the collectorate. We sensitize the students about various career opportunities and the government initiatives, everything. And every month this is being transformed to other schools also. And in this way, with the NGO and CSR initiatives and supports, the district administration hand in hand did a very good, well-developed system in the Tirunelveli district. And I assure you, you have to believe that what work we did in the district is scalable, sustainable, and it's along with the government initiative lines and skill development of the student and social stability also. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing this. And again, I think thank you. The reiteration here is that when the civil society organization and the governance, we alone cannot do much. We are definitely doing what we can do, but we invite many more people to join hands in our very simple mission that we want to build 1 million student leaders in Tamil Nadu by 2030, and we invite more hands to join us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was super cool. School design that changes how people feel and work together. That's like giving schools a personality upgrade. If you wish your school was like something like that, this is your moment to clap very enthusiastically.